Hello everyone, welcome back to my craft room. My name is Whitney Lucas. I'm with Crafty Thoughts Whatnots, and today we're going to do some candlestick arrangements. I got these lovely girls right here at Hobby Lobby, 40% off. I have been looking for a cheap pair probably through Goodwill or Dollar Tree or anywhere really, and I could not find substantial candlesticks. I just haven't been lucky at my thrift stores here, so I invested in them. As you can see here, they were not inexpensive, but 40% off of each. I believe I got one of them. I got one of them one week and one of them the next. I did go back because I think I got one 50% off when they were doing that 50% off thing, and the next week I got the other one 40% off. I don't know. I got them at the same time. I got these guys right here. See, these are nice. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I lie. These are from Michael's. So I got these 40% off at Michael's when they get rid of their Halloween stuff. But anyways, I got some other candlesticks somewhere. Just I put a picture on my my channel. You guys will see that the picture with the hanging thing. I got a couple other smaller ones that they're already on my mantle now. Mantle video didn't work out, guys, but you will see the mantle in this video because after I'm done with these arrangements, I'm going to put them on the mantle and I'll take you guys out there, show you the mantle, show you the dining room table, and that's how that's going to go. The mantle was an absolute disaster. My camera died. The lighting was horrible. Yeah, I had a small little decorating breakdown, you could say. So in any event, you will see the mantle. You just won't see how I did it. I'll show you some, behind the scenes underneath things of the mantle and how I did it. But that mantle is going to be universal. So basically the pumpkins will come out, and I'm going to put some large pine cones and poinsettias in for Christmas. But basically it's going to be whites, greens, and buffalo check all year long, because that's the best thing about it. So anyways, these guys here, I'm going to do one of these here. And then I have a small little urn right here. Oops, this little urn right here. I got this at Tuesday morning. There's a Tuesday morning. It's like a little discount shop that gets things and then clearances them out. This is going to go on a floating shelf off to the side, but I'll put that together in this video too. Just a cute little fast thing just to show you guys how all that'll go together. Not really sure where the ribbon went, but oh, here it is. I can show you guys exactly all the goodies that I got, what we're going to do. I might need to record this one a little bit differently because I have you guys at a new angle, and obviously the arrangements are going to be up top here. So I'm going to take you down to the craft table. I'll show you all the supplies, and then we'll come back up here and we'll start putting one of these girls together, okay? Alrighty, guys. So obviously we have our candlesticks. You guys saw those. We got two of these floral foam blocks from Dollar Tree. These are what we're going to use. I'm not going to use any glue after attaching the frames on, other than that, because I'm going to need to move these out and change out all the goodies for different seasons for my mantle or for everywhere I want to decorate. So you guys will see these will have no glue. Like the pictures I posted before on Instagram, if you saw those, you're going to see how these are being put together. So for the tops of my candlesticks here, I'm going to attach these little frames. Now these I got at Hobby Lobby. They were about $2.99 each. I got them on sale because these are fall. One says welcome friends, one says hello fall. I'm going to attach these to the tops, and as you can see here, these blocks literally fit perfectly inside of them. Is that not awesome or what? And if they didn't, we would cut the styrofoam to size because this styrofoam is going to be interchangeable. So I'm going to glue them in and then use them as much as I can. And then once I need to replace them, we're just going to pull them out. But that's not going to be any horrible thing because obviously these are only $1. And I'm using these because the frame actually worked out great. I don't have to paint this. Let's see how close it is a color match. You're not really going to see it anyways because we're going to be covering a lot of this with florals falling all around and ribbon and all that good stuff. But another tip here, I got some different ones for those black candlesticks I just showed you at Dollar Tree. You see, these are from Dollar Tree. This is this weird little creepy cactus cat looking. I don't really care what's in there, is ugly, but whatever. I'm looking at the frame. I'm looking at the square frame. I'm looking at the fact that this was $1. I pulled this out. If you can see here, I ripped them out. And then I'm just going to glue either these floral blocks onto it. To see how this is a little bit bigger than that. That's no big deal. or you can get the softer foam from Dollar Tree and then cut that to fit. What you're really looking for is just something stable that you can set your candle on, like so. This is my LED candle we're going to be using. So you set your candle on it like that. You don't want to, I mean, you have to have the styrofoam in there, so you want to set your candle on top of it. And the idea is to put your picks and things all the way around it, so your candle still has somewhere to stand at the end. That's what we're doing with it. So with this one, I'm going to use these on those black candle things, so I will have to paint this. That's not a big deal because it's just black acrylic paint. But we're going to attach everything the same way. I'll probably do another video on those black ones later, because the black ones I am going to use for Christmas in a very awesome way. Again, everything is interchangeable, guys. Your ribbon, your flowers, everything will be interchangeable. Nothing will be permanent because you can pull it all out and reuse it and repurpose it for the next season. Okay? So all the other supplies I have here are just, it's a mixture of Hobby Lobby, Walgreens, oh my God, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and Dollar Tree. So I got some pip garlands with this green and white. I love this green color. These are from the Dollar Tree. I got some little tiny mini green pumpkins. These are Michael's. And then this bush and this bush is Michael's. This is really old from a few years ago. This is actually fall, but from a couple years ago. And then I just recently got this one. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. This is a Hobby Lobby tag. So this is a Hobby Lobby flower bush. My main event are going to be these white hydrangeas. Do you see these, guys? These are beautiful and full. And I got these off of Amazon. So I have my Amazon shop linked in the description below. And then also I'm going to have it pinned to my first comments below. So you can click on that and you'll be able to find all these goodies in the supplies area. If you want to just go ahead and grab the same ones I did. They come in a bunch of different colors. And I got them for a very good price comparatively. And to see how full this hydrangea bulb is absolutely amazing to me. To get it this inexpensively, you couldn't purchase them that way. Even the hydrangea from Michael's are not this full. When you get them in a bush, they're very sparse and kind of naked. And I was extremely happy with these. I think I got 10 of them for $12. I believe it was 10. I have to see. Yeah, I got 10 of them, and I think it's $12. Now, they come, assembled separately. So I guess if you're purchasing them to put them together, I mean, big whoop, I'm not. I'm going to be using them. And I've already used one, and I basically cut it apart. So I used all these little guys separately and fell in love with it completely. So that's the bag. So we're going to use those from Amazon. Again, Amazon, I'm a Amazon associate partner now. So anything you purchase through that link, I get a small commission if it qualifies, and it helps me maintain my channel. So anything you guys can do to help me out makes a big difference and keeps me able to keep buying these good stuff and making these good videos and sharing all this good informative fun with y'all. So just keep that in mind for me. If not, no big deal. No stress, no pressure. So then I've got these eucalyptus picks. These are from Hobby Lobby. They've got this cute little pine cone in each of them. Some little brown berries. So these are Hobby Lobby. This white berry is a Christmas pick from Hobby Lobby, and I love them because they have a matte finish on them, and they're like perfect for what I'm going for. And then I have one gigantic stem of lamb's ear, Hobby Lobby also. And I went, because this one's normally $14.99, but this is big and beautiful. Now, the lamb's ear from Walmart, in my opinion, is low quality. I don't like the way it looks. The lamb's ear from the Dollar Tree, I don't think so. It's even worse than Walmart, but this stuff from Hobby Lobby is worth it. If you make a small investment, you can reuse it, and just remember, if you're doing it for yourself, you get what you pay for. So this stuff's going to last longer, it's going to look better, and even if you're far away, some of that Dollar Tree stuff just is not. I'm not impressed with Dollar Tree florals, guys. I'm impressed with their pumpkins, but I am coming around to more Dollar Tree supplies, so you guys will see me adding some more stuff in. Obviously, for the ribbon here, I'm going to be using this Hobby Lobby buffalo check. I used the 2.5 inch wide buffalo check out on my mantle. This is the 1.5 inch wide buffalo check from Hobby Lobby, and then you'll see me add this Dollar Tree cotton lace ribbon into it, you guys, because I'm loving most of the stuff, you guys. I also have a couple other videos planned I'm really excited about that have Dollar Tree items in them. I'm going to be making some tiered stands. I'm going to be doing something with chalk paint and Dollar Tree, guys. But, I mean, everything is going to have a little bit of something mixed into it. It's not going to be 100% all Dollar Tree all the time. But you guys will see more of that coming around. I also have these guys here I got at Hobby Lobby. I may or may not use one or two of each of them. I'm not absolutely sure. So it matches the mantle. But that's about it. These right here are off of a ficus branch that I got at Hobby Lobby. They're $1.99. I pulled them off even at the very most weakest part where there's no ribbon or no wire, and then I put a steel pick on each of the end of those. Those are just, I have like about 4 or 5 of them here. I also have this little bag of pine cones from, where else? Dollar Tree. So that's kind of fun. I might stick a couple of those in there. And then, of course, scissors. I'm only going to use the glue gun and some E6000 glue on the very beginning to attach my frames to my candlesticks. After that, there will be no glue involved because I'm going to need to repurpose these guys for different things. So I will need to pull pumpkins out and to be able to put, you know, either more pine cones or something more Christmas themed in them to switch it out because my mantle will be mainly universal. So that's it for supplies, guys. What I'm going to do here is I will move some stuff around and we'll get started attaching these things up, and then we'll come back up and you can see the chaos that is me figuring out how we're going to place some of these greens and stuff in there. Okay guys, so what we're going to do here is start out by putting our candlesticks on to our little mini frames. So flip them over. These had a little bit of a hanger on the top. I've already unscrewed that and took that out. And I also removed the tags off of the back because if you can see here, there is a slight chance. This is the top of the candlestick. There's a slight chance that should you be looking up at it, since these will be up higher on my mantle and you'll be looking up at them, that you might see this, and I didn't want that white sticker sticking out. Now those other ones I showed you that were green and I'm going to paint for the black candlesticks, I will be painting the whole thing so it won't matter. Again, small little weird detail. I'm weird like that. I'm going to probably do that. So what I'm going to do first is on the top of this, I'm going to put a mixture of mostly E6000, but then I'm going to dab some hot glue in between some spaces just so I have a more immediate hold, you could say, while I'm making this arrangement. I'm only going to do one of these candlesticks on camera. The other one I'll do off, and then I'll do this other little small arrangement on camera so you guys can see that too. So what I need to do here is on my candlestick, I'm going to put mostly some E6000. Now this guy is it's the last little bit I have of one, but I didn't want to waste it. So I'm just going to kind of smear it along here. See how much I can get out of it. So I'm just putting these little spaces around. I also have some wood glue too, but this is like kind of wood, but everyone has their own little thing. So I'm gonna put some hot glue here, hot glue here, hot glue here. Remember, this guys isn't going to be in a high traffic area, so if you can see all the glue I have on that. And then I'm going to put it down here, sort of eyeballing it as much as possible to get it in the center. And then squish it in. I'm using the weight of the candlestick to hold that in. Okay, so push that off here. Let's do the second girl here. Have you guys all been there using like the last little remnants of something and you're like, wow, there has to be a better way to do this, but there really isn't. Because this little E6000 metal tube is cutting into my hand so bad right now. Alright, I'm going to chuck that. So I got 3 spots there, and then I'm going to put my hot glue here, here, and here. See all that there? And then again, I'm going to eyeball it, set it down, kind of move it. Alright, and I'm going to use the weight of the candlesticks to kind of push them down onto their own bases, using the weight of the candlesticks to push them down onto the bottoms of these frames here. So that's how we're doing that. I am throwing this away. That is done. And so, look what it did to my hand, man. You see that right there? Oh my gosh. We suffer for our art, don't we, guys? All right, so I didn't have to use my new tube of E6000 just yet. All right, so what we'll do is I'm going to put one into the side, the other one we're going to stand back up, and we're going to start working on it on one of these guys here. So I'll meet you guys back up top. Okay, guys, let's get started. First off, we're going to glue this in. Can I just say, I love the fact that this fits this perfectly. It's like, I bought this at Dollar Tree. I got this at Hobby Lobby. Completely different days, not together. Alright, anyways, weirdness over. So, I'm going to glue this in. I'm not going to put a bunch on. Just a little bit for me. Normally, I put a lot more than that in there. But remember, this is not going to be, you know, we're not going to be playing a contact sport with this. If it falls, it falls. It's going to come apart as part of it. But this is reusable. So at any event, once this gets reused for a few seasons, by putting picks in and out, and the holes get too big, and then basically your candle can't sit on it no more because it's just falling apart, then you'll just carve this out, put a new one in. That's the extent of it. I don't plan on ever not using this as a floral arrangement candlestick, but should you need to, there is no issue. I'm going to take my other one and show you real quick. There's no issue because we found something that matches. If it doesn't match, guys, paint it, and then there's no issue because then it's painted and it looks nice. Of just using the frame with the candle in it if you don't want to not, if you ever are in the mood and you don't want to put an arrangement on it, you still have the option of putting just the candle in the holder, and you haven't actually lost your candlestick functionality per se. But to me, once you put the flowers on it, you are never going to want to use your candlestick in a plain way ever again. At least that's how I feel about it, deep down in my soul. I love these flowers. I love flowers in general, guys. I mean, come on. Kind of have them permanently tattooed on my body. Pumpkins and flowers. Can't say no. So, this is glued in. We're just going to start literally pushing picks and greenery in there. At some point when we get to the top, we will put the candle in so that we can make sure we have room for our candle to sit in here, and we're not going to put too much above it or below it. I also need to make sure that I don't make the bows too big. So on this arrangement, because I have 2.5 inch wide ribbon on my mantle that'll be below it, I'm only going to use 1.5 inch ribbon up here and possibly some pip berries. I'm not absolutely sure. But there will only, oh yeah, I just said that. I was going to use the 1.5 inch ribbon and then the Dollar Tree cotton lace ribbon. And that is the only ribbon I'm going to use up here. And there won't be that much of it. So, what I'll do for starters is the same thing I would do on a wreath. And I'm just going to take my ficus picks. I cut these off at the stem. Here's the stem. These were kind of sticking off of the stem like this. I literally cut them off where there's no wire. And I put a steel pick on them. So it's the same thing as if you were doing a wreath. And we're going to kind of just take these and push them in as far as you can get them. You can kind of put some in at an angle too, since this is going to be an arrangement that's up high. You already know the placement's going to be to the point where you might be looking up at it like this. My mantle is pretty high and I'm a pretty short person, so I'm only 5'2", so everything in my mantle requires a step stool, and I am looking up at it. So make your arrangement for what you think would fit very well for you. Now, one side of this is going to be facing forward, and the other side, now I'm going to place the candlestick far enough forward on my mantle that it won't hit the wall, but I have a very shallow mantle. My mantle, I honestly think, is crown molding. I don't know what the builder was thinking. My house was built in 2004, but this mantle is not a real mantle. I wish I lived somewhere where I've seen some of you guys' beautiful mantles. Maybe someday I will get a carpenter and buy myself a beautifully crafted mantle. But for now, she is what she is. And you can't even see it anyways because I have literally loaded it up with so much stuff, guys. It's beautiful. But anyways, I'm going to focus more on 3 sides of it than I am the back. There will be stuff on the back. It's not going to be completely bare because you might see it from the side. But the focus will be mostly on the 3 sides of it because this isn't going to be a centerpiece per se. This is more going to be, the focus will be straight on in that regard. So I'm just adding greenery in different places. And again, ficus is not your main event, so you really don't care how much of it shows. I'm going to leave these two out and just see how I can fill them in later. So now here I'm taking these Hobby Lobby picks here. I'm going to stick a few of those in, and I am going to cut them apart. So if you fan them out, you've got two major pieces. So I'm going to cut them off here, and I'm going to cut this guy off probably. Let me see if I can kind of pull it apart. Yeah, I can't get it too far. We'll see how that goes. So again, with this, they're all wired. It has a cute little pine cone in it that I'm loving every second of. So not everything I'm going to use a pick for, FYI. Some of it I will, but not everything. There's no need to you know, load it up with floral picks. The stuff that absolutely needs it, sure, but I'm not gonna literally stuff it with the picks from the pick machine, is what I'm saying. So if the stem goes in there, by all means, go with that. If it doesn't, we can work on it. So this bush here from Michael's, I'm just going to cut some more greenery off. I like buying these variegated bushes because you can literally pull, like this is a Dusty Miller. I don't know what this is, and I don't know the name of this. I don't know the name of this either, but this is a lamb's ear. It's a variegated bush. It has a bunch of different little things in it, and I love seeing those because I will grab those when I see them, as they come in handy many, many times. So I cut one piece off. I'm going to make two picks out of this. So I'm going to cut it right in the middle, okay? And then see with this one, since we have a cut edge here, I'm going to take that edge with my needle nose pliers, and I'm going to curl it under. I'm going to make like a little curly Q out of it. Now the plastic came off of it, but if you can see there, the wire's there. So now when I push my leaves up, they're not going to come off that stem at all. See? They're not going to come off. So again, doesn't matter that the leaves kind of poke through, or the wire poke through. The leaves aren't going anywhere. And again, it's going to probably be covered mostly. This is more of a behind the scenes thing we don't really want showing. So we're going to let it do some of the heavy work for us, in the fact that we are going to allow it to just add some interest, add some behind the scenes kind of, you know, good stuff. I'm just putting some lamb's ear back here. And you guys, I'm not used to working in this direction, so forgive me if you can't see what I'm doing, because I honestly can't see what I'm doing. I'm not used to working like this, but we'll see. All we're doing is experiment with all these different views, all these different camera angles, all these different editing ways. You guys tell me what works. So far, everybody has liked everything. So I guess maybe I'll just keep going and I'll just do however I feel. But for this one, I wanted you to have a better view. The side view doesn't seem to be working out for me, especially when I'm editing. I don't like looking at it, so we'll find a better way. I don't know if above would be better or not, but we'll see. So here I cut apart my hydrangea. I cut apart on every single one of these little stems here on the bottom of it. So this is what we have. And all I am doing is literally just filling it in here and there with pretty white flowers. Now, obviously, if this wasn't going to be on a mantle, this was going to be up higher, we would want to keep looking at it from above too, because you're going to have a lot of negative space here that your candle won't cover. And I'm still probably going to do that too, guys, just because I have issues, you know. I got to have, I don't know, flowers everywhere. I don't see the problem with that. Do you see a problem with that? I don't see a problem with that. I'm facing it towards you guys because this is how you would see it on my mantle. So hopefully, looking in the viewfinder, it won't be too absolutely horrible. This one's going to argue with me. One second. you go. What's that little guy right there? It's being mean. All right, so that was one hydrangea. I'm not going to cut apart anymore because I have what I need covering here. I've got some more greenery, and I'm going to cut off a few of these little flower buds here off of this white flower that I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm putting that on top and kind of bending it downwards on each side. So I'm pushing it down and bending it down. If you can see there, I put it on top, bent it down on top, and bent it down. Some more eucalyptus. Some of it you can bend up. There's the back, that's the back of it. Some of it you can bend down. No harm, no foul. Also, guys, no glue makes it go a little bit faster because and it's also more forgiving too. If you put something somewhere and you're like, nah, it's not really doing it for me, you have that option to take it apart. And nobody knows. Except for if you're recording a video for YouTube. Alright, I'm going to put my ribbon kind of like right here. Well, actually, no, I don't want it to cover up too much. I'll put my ribbon like more over here on this side. Because that'll be on the... This will be my right mantle. I'll put it over here on this side. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to take that one out of the front. And I'm just going to put... more eucalyptus. I'm going to put the bow probably going right here, maybe. I'm going to move this eucalyptus over. See? Birdie decided to move something. It's always good to hold on. I'm holding on to my styrofoam up top here. So you can see I always have my hand like this. Or I'll have my hand like this. And I'm kind of pushing down while I push these stems in. You know, just to make sure nothing pops out. So, it fills up pretty quickly, you guys. See how pretty that is? And just as a little tease, let's turn the candle on. Look how cute. And that's just messing around with just a little bit. Nothing's really done yet. Isn't it great? I love this idea. I love this idea. Love it. I'm never going to have a naked candlestick ever again. I promise you that. Ever, 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 ever. Sorry guys, I have to keep turning it towards me because I'm just not good at this crafting on the opposite side of me. It is not my strong suit. My apologies. So I'm going to take another lamb's ear piece. I'm going to chop that up. That's a little bit too long, so I'm going to cut it. I cut most of my stuff at a diagonal this way just in case, you know, you get that wire at a sharp point. And it won't matter. This is the front. Here's the side. You get that wire at a sharp point. And at that point, it doesn't matter how much the plastic is thick because it's going to go in the proper way, and because it's sharp enough. You've cut the plastic and the wire in there at a diagonal. It's pretty sharp. So far, a bunch of greenery. Now, this might not scream fall, and this might not scream Christmas, but whatever we add to it will scream whatever we want it to. So, when I put my little pumpkins in here, super fall Thanksgiving-y. When I stick more of the pine cones, and then I'm going to have a few small poinsettias sprinkled in for Christmas. That way I can keep my buffalo check and then the greenish, you know, that's why the lamb's ears in here. This entire variegated bush is a little everything is frosted, so it's almost like it's been, you know, it's got a nice little light little bit of snow on it. Check out how cute it is when we pop a buffalo check pumpkin in here. I mean, I I can't. Cuteness aggression, you guys. Can't help it. It's a thing. So, let me do the ribbon now so I don't get overdone. Like, you almost don't need it, but I want the buffalo check ribbon in there so I can tie it in with the mantle so it looks like it's part of the arrangement. I didn't just stick them up there. Most of the stuff I'm using in here, excuse me, let me sit down for a sec. Most of the stuff I'm using in here, guys, I have all of these greens in my mantle. So we're not going to be, like, making two completely different arrangements as opposed to what's in the mantle. It's all going to go together as though it was meant to, you know, because it's got the same stuff in it. I'm just opening up the Dollar Tree ribbon and my regular ribbon. Dollar Tree, this cotton lace ribbon, super cute. Also, cotton lace ribbon isn't expensive everywhere I look for, even in larger spools and wider ribbons. This is a really good deal at Dollar Tree for the width that it is and for how much that you get. This breaks down into a better price than anything I could find on Amazon, or if I could even find anything in Michael's. I didn't look in Hobby Lobby just yet, but I didn't want to put this video off any longer than I already did because I really wanted to get my mantle done. And let me tell you guys, that mantle struggle, that was real, and it was very upsetting. So, looks like my Wi-Fi disconnected, but I'm still recording. Okay, so I dovetailed the end of that, and I am not doing a crazy big bow by any means. Trust me. Hold on, let me grab a pipe cleaner. This is a whole pipe cleaner cut in half. So we're going to use half the pipe cleaner. I'm going to use a small little tail here. This is probably, I don't want it to hang down too much. I got a decent amount of leaves hanging down here, okay? So if you guys are measurers and you need to know, this is a 6-inch tail, all right? So I'm gathering it there and bringing up a loop. I'm not measuring my loop, guys. I'm going to take this and I'm going to tuck it in where I want it to go and see if that's a good size. And that's touching the styrofoam. That's a good size loop. Okay? So, there's one. You don't need to twist this because it looks like it's identical on both sides, but it's just a habit that I do. So I make another loop. You can grab it with your fingers here and measure to see if they're the same height. It becomes almost like muscle memory. It becomes second nature. When you make one loop to pull out, make another loop, you just becomes part of your, you know, it becomes part of your DNA, right, guys? Did you guys ever make these ribbons and they become part of your DNA and you just can't help it? And this one's definitely a longer, okay, this is only longer by 3/4 of an inch. This is almost a 7-inch tail. It's sitting on a stem. So I'm going to leave that way, and I'm going to hold it in my thumb against my palm, which I like to call my thumb pit. Now, I haven't worked with this lace ribbon, so I don't know. Is this going to unravel? Let me see here. I'm not going to dovetail this, guys, because it's too tiny. I just cut it at a diagonal. And since we do not have any wire in this, this is one of those things where we need to just make sure that the tail is going to drape the way, you know, whichever way. And the loops are going to need to be small enough that they kind of stick out on their own. And for this, I'm going to do 4 of them, and hopefully it'll look okay in the long run. We'll see how it goes. But I literally just kind of draped it over. I didn't twist anything, and I just stuck my thumb over it. So we'll see. I kind of hope that this doesn't, if worst case scenario, if it looks like garbage, we'll pull it out. But I can also stick leaves in there. You guys know I like to push a lot of stuff into my bows in the middle of them. So I'm taking my pipe cleaner and I'm laying it over top everything around my thumb. Here, pull it around. So there you've got your 2 pieces. All you're doing is wrapping the pipe cleaner around all of the ribbon that's in your hand, and then you can transition it out of your palm. And that's normally how I grab everything. So now I need to kind of basically, what's happening here is my lace stuff is more on the side of my buffalo check ribbon, and I want it to be on top of it. So I'm kind of picking that up and putting it on top of it. So this is more what it looks like in the pipe cleaner, or chenille stem, or whatever you need to call it. And then I'm twisting it here, and I'm going to turn it into a pick because I'm going to put this in my pick machine. Cutting off the loose ends. Yeah, it's cute. It drapes in the middle, just kind of like, I like it, so it's cool. I'm going to dovetail this in, so you kind of, if you're not familiar, fold it in half and cut upwards at a diagonal. I suggest you do that with super sharp scissors. You know what I'm saying? Super sharp scissors, in order to get a really good crisp points on that. Dull scissors are going to make it look, well, dull. So, when we put this in my pick machine, we're going to turn the end into a very sharp threatening item. And let's see what happens, guys. So that's what we're working with. I love that Dollar Tree ribbon. I'm telling you guys, I'm coming around to the Dollar Tree side. Slowly but surely, I'm coming around to that Dollar Tree side. Alright, so let me advance this in here right where I wanted it to go, and we will see how much more we can abuse the space. It's so cute. I love her. She's precious. So where's that extra little piece of... Oh, I think I stuck it back in there, didn't I? Yeah, I did. That other piece of hydrangea. Alright, so I got one more eucalyptus. I kind of bought an even amount for each one just because I knew I wasn't going to put much on the back of it. And that's probably where I'm going to put these other ficus leaves here, just to kind of hide stuff. Because on one side, you're definitely not going to see anything. So the backs of these won't have anything on them for sure. You could also put a bunch of floral moss back here if you want to glue it all on there, but you could just put floral moss back here if this bothers you too much. But as you guys will see, this is literally going up against the wall, so no one will see it. It's above my fireplace, and there's that wall, and there's nothing on this side because it's at a diagonal. You guys will see at the end. So there's a method to my madness. I am going to leave it blank. I'm not going to waste any more greenery than I have to put it up there in that space. Okay, so one hydrangea. I still have some lamb's ear I could kind of cut apart. I'm going to use this in the bow, actually. So there will be a little bit of glue, because I'm going to glue these leaves into the bow. And what I can do here is, I'm just looking, I'm going to put the berries in at the end. And I may need to actually put this down on my chair so I can see above it, because I'm too vertically challenged, you could say. But I'm going to pick some other little different looking type pick here. So I might just pull that off. Yeah. Put that in my pick machine. So a lot of this stuff I'm not using on the actual stem. I'm using, and I'm pulling it off and turning it into its own stem with my pick machine and adding picks to it. I like the low long pieces that are coming off of this. So you guys are going to face that towards me. Isn't she cute? It's coming along, it's coming along. Okay guys, I had a little bit of a camera issue. So, there's a jump in the video, but added the candle in, as you can see here. Let's turn this up just a little bit. So, I'm going to turn it towards me, just real quick. Remember, this is the back. You're looking at the back. So I just want to see here. I'm going to leave that there. I want to have this draping down a little bit from the bottom right here, so I'm going to take this and push it up into the styrofoam right here. bit of it. Kind of draping down. And I got a little bit of a naked spot, kind of like on this side. I don't know how much of that's I can actually show, but just going to push one in on this side real quick. There's that. I'm going to take another thing of flowers here from this Hobby Lobby bush. Just so you can see a different flower on the, you know, sort of kind of poking through the front. I'm going to stick this guy right here on the side. So it's sticking out right here. And I'm really liking it. I don't know if should I put more ribbon in it, you guys? I don't know. I know it's not a live stream, but I'm asking you guys questions. So here's my white berries. I'm going to kind of pull them down. I'm pulling them away from the main piece. And that's how you get that longer wire on them. So I'm literally just going to pull these off of the main piece here. And then this main guy here we will just clip. Alright, save this because we're going to turn these little mini pumpkins. And then our buffalo check pumpkin. Actually, you know what? I forgot. I have the buffalo check pumpkin that I am not going to need to put more ribbon in. I'll put a buffalo check pumpkin in that. And then I might add more ribbon when I take the pumpkins out and turn it into, you know, our little Christmas theme girl there. See these berries? Let me put the candle back in. Periodically put your candle back in just to make sure that you're, you know, on the same page with yourself. Just make sure that you're not overcompensating, but you're not overdoing it and taking up the space that candle needs to sit on. And again, guys, never use a real candle in these. Only LEDs. Only LEDs. So I'm going to put this berry right up front here on top. And I keep having to remember on this one, I'm not having to concentrate so much on anything sticking out as far as seeing the styrofoam from the top, because this is going to be on my mantle. So unless you're in my house and you're 7 feet tall and you care, you're not going to see it. Put some berries right there. Remember I'm doing 2 of these, so I'm not going to necessarily use every single bit of every single piece. So I'm going to put maybe another little bit of berry coming down out of this greenery here, right up front. Just a little bit of interest, nothing too crazy. So here's our buffalo check pumpkin. So I'm going to take a peek at the front of this and see, do I want it up here maybe, or do I want it maybe over here? I also have white pumpkins too. Alright, so with these from Hobby Lobby, do you see the little tendril on there? It's like it's stuck in on both sides. So I'm going to cut one side. So I cut it on this side here. And now I can pull it out and give it some character. Having it just kind of, see, I pulled it out and gave it some little character. I love that. Having it just kind of like sticking out, I mean just sticking there like it was just on it sideways. It was very weird. So I cut a piece off of the wires off the end of this berry thing, and I'm going to place that right here in the bottom of this guy here. These are styrofoam. See how I did that? So I still have my glue gun plugged in, obviously. I'm going to glue this into the pumpkin. Okay, so that's right in that little hole that I made there. And I'm going to cut this at a diagonal. Remember, guys, make it sharp. So now our edge is super sharp. And I'm going to try to hide most of this wire through these leaves here like this. There we go. And worst case scenario, if you don't like it, bend it towards the view. Oh, so cute. Super cute. And I'm going to put a white one on. I'm going to put a white one right here. I don't know how much of it's going to show for what we're doing. Remember, I cut the tendril so I can pull it out. I think the little tendrils need to be pulled out so they have character. That's how I feel about that. So again, cut another piece of that wire off of that stem. And I'm just poking it right there in the bottom. So I'm turning my, I guess this wasn't candle filler. It was probably just table decor, a little bag of table decor. So I'm turning the table decor into a pick. See how that goes? And then I want to place this guy right here on this side. Look at that. And see, you can hear it when I'm pushing it in. It's biting enough into the styrofoam that it's going to be a-okay. It's going to be just fine. It has its own home now. And then these little green ones here, I want to put these in just in case you can see them. I don't know if people are going to really see them or not. This is a bag I got at, these are Ashland, so I got this at Michael's. This bag was $10, but I paid, I think I got it 50% off, so I may have got it for $5. So there are 20 of these guys in here, 20 of these little guys in here. And I bought them because I didn't have to paint them. This is like the perfect color. And remember, I did a video a while back where I said, guys, save your little remnants off of bags and stuff. It's one of those pumpkins I did. This stuff is, here's what I was talking about. This was tied around the top of this bag. Save this stuff, because even say, raffia is not going to be my thing for this arrangement. But just as an example, I'm going to take this off this bag and nestle that right there into the arrangement. And then that could be part of a bow. So, I mean, again, I save all this. So I have like a little junk drawer kind of thing with that kind of stuff on it. It always comes in handy, and it's always when you need just a little bit of one thing or just a little bit to fill this space or that space, it always comes in handy. So I save it. Someone had mentioned before, I was like, I don't really know how to straighten raffia. Just get it wet, they said. So you get the raffia wet and it'll do just fine. Now see, these aren't like the best of quality, but you're not going to be that close to them because these are going to be up on my mantle. See, like this guy's got a little bit of glue at the stem, but they're perfect for what I want to do. So I'm taking some more stems. This was the stem from the ficus. Excuse me. So I'm going to cut this off here and do the same thing and just stick this in the bottom of that little guy. And these are a very soft styrofoam. These little guys here are just like a very soft styrofoam. So I'm turning those into little picks. And I might curl. I'm gonna bend this just a little bit like that. And I think I'm gonna place him in right here under the buffalo check one. Now these are gonna. I gotta put that at a diagonal. I gotta cut it at a diagonal. It's not going in very easily. These are just to add a little bit of interest. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see them from where they're at on my mantle, but I know they're there. See the little guy there? Just adds a little bit of something different. Something different. So cute. I'm just making another stem here, guys. Make this one a little bit shorter, but just putting a dab of glue on the bottom, pushing that stem right in. You get close enough, it's just how cute it is. Look how cute this is, guys. So that's how it's going to face on the mantle. And that's the side. So you see, you don't really have any holes. This is going right up against the wall, so you won't see that. Isn't that perfect? Beautiful. With the addition of this guy here, I'm not going to put more buffalo check in here. When I take the pumpkins out, when I'm switching over from fall to Christmas, I'll probably add maybe one more bow, maybe a little bit of ribbon. But again, I'm going to leave the ribbon that you see up at the end of the video. You'll see, I'm going to take this all out and you get to see the mantle and everything, and I'll show you guys some of the stuff on the mantle. I'm leaving that ribbon up. There's ribbon and 2 kinds of burlap, and there's buffalo check bows, so I don't want, the pumpkin will be gone, but I don't know that I'm going to need to put more of, I don't know that I'm going to need to put more buffalo check ribbon in the actual arrangement here, so we'll have to see when we put her out there. But I think I'm pretty much happy with what it is. I got lots of leftovers, because remember, I still have one more to do. I'm just looking, making sure if anything's loose. Remember, now if your items are loose, you can stick them back in, or you can put a pick at the end of them, but if they're not going to fall out, they're not going to fall out. Let's see what happens here. Taking a chance on this. Nothing's falling out. See? Because I glued this thing in. Alright, we're good to go. That's about the gist of it. Once I put this up on the mantle, nothing's going to touch it. Unless there's an earthquake, and I don't live where there's earthquakes. I mean, technically I got some aftershocks from California once or twice, but at that point, I don't think I'm going to be caring too much about my decorations. You know what I'm saying? I did say that I bought these pit berries. Where'd they go? Where did I put my Dollar Tree pit berries? But I think because I'm not using a taller candle that... Oh, here they are. I think because I'm not using a taller candle, you're not going to be able to see them, so I'm not going to put them in. Because normally what you would do is I would open this up and I would kind of wrap these around the candle, but that's only if you saw the candle more. So these guys, I'm not going to put them in. Save them for another project. No harm, no foul. I also have like plain white ones that I got at Hobby Lobby. This is a much bigger one. This is 12 feet, and I think the dollar ones you get at is 9 feet. So this is $1 for 9 feet. And I believe this is like $3, and I got it 40% off for only 12 feet. So again, there are a lot of things at Dollar Tree that are a better buy, guys. Better buy. So depending on the quality. And these pit berries aren't a bad quality at all. I love these. So pit berries, I'll be getting a Dollar Tree. But that's it for this one, you guys. I think she is gorgeous. So I'm going to make a second one and the other one to match for the other side of the mantle, and then we'll put them up on the mantle. But for now, with the magic of editing, I'm going to do the small arrangement that I have going off to the side so you guys can see a second arrangement made. This one's super cute too. Okay, so now we are on to this little tiny arrangement. I want it to be sort of the same because it's going to be just off to the side on the other side of my television for my mantle. So this little thing here is a cute little urn I got at Tuesday morning. This was originally, it says, compared estimated value $18. Their price was $7.99, and then it was a yellow sticker, so I think I got another either 20 or 30 or 40% off of that. So I did not pay very much. And these little urns, this is not that plastic stuff. This is a pretty decent ceramic. This has got a good weight to it, so I was very excited to grab that up. And this is going to be interchangeable. For summer, I'm going to put some lemons in it. But for now, for the fall and Christmas season, I'm going to cut up some of this floral foam. Now, this is the stuff that you would use for live stuff. You could soak it in water. But this stuff is super malleable because I'm going to use it, and I'm going to stuff this base so that I can put a bunch of stuff in here. So what I'm doing here is just going to score it across the top here. So that way I know how much I need for it to be pretty much flush here. Okay. So no glue because I'll be pulling that out. But what we're going to do here, again, you guys, that block was from Dollar Tree. I'm pretty sure you guys already knew that though. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this block here, and I'm going to use this to wedge this in on the sides. Sorry if that's an annoying sound, guys. But this, again, this is only $1, so no skin off of your back on that. That's not going to work out too well. Let's put that in this way. Because once we're done with this, we're going to pull it out and we're going to replace it. So again, $1, nothing to get too upset about, and none of this is going to show. So just a little bit of shedding, not too bad. And again, I'm just throwing that in there in the most ugly way possible, because again, this is going up pretty high. But even if it's not, you can just cover that with moss. And again, I'm not going to use glue because I want to repurpose this container for another year. Also, this girl is going up against a wall. So the floating shelf that I have against my wall is a decent size. It's high. And when I bring my Christmas tree out, the only thing I'm worried about is when I bring my Christmas tree out, my Christmas tree covers this shelf. So this is really going to have a very short lifespan as far as for being seen. Otherwise, you're going to really have to look around the Christmas tree to see it going forward. But it is what it is. No biggie. So on this one, I'm going to put just a couple different flowers. Nothing crazy different. But I'm going to use the lamb's ear out of this variegated bush that we were using from the other one. Because this is going to go up much higher, and I'm not really interested in the quality being too good on this, but like this lamb's ear is definitely going to be for my main event, because that's actually in my mantle as well. So I'm going to cut some of the more lamb's ear out of this. I'm going to cut this Dusty Miller guy out. I'm still going for the same theme here. I want it to be to look a little wintry. I'm going to use, this thing has the flower in it. This variegated bush has a lot of good stuff in it, guys. That's why I love them. I'm going to cut this other Dusty Miller off of this side. Let's see what we can do from there, because I have some cream colored roses that are a decent size that I want to put in here as well. So I'm going to cut these leaves off. I have to put a pick on this because it wasn't long enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these leaves off here and here. You see that there? I cut those leaves off. And I'm going to turn it into a steel pick because I need it to have something I need it to bite into. There you go. So I turn that into that. Oh, there's wire in this, so I'm going to go ahead and just pop that in there. And I only have 2 of these. Now see, this one's got some wrapping on it, so I'm going to leave that there. And the same fashion is that this is going to be facing one way. So I'm bending that towards this way to come out. This is only going to face one way, so the back of it here, let's just say that's the front. The back of it's going to be up against a wall, and it's going to be up at a decent height. So I'm not necessarily too concerned with covering or putting too much towards the back, you know, focusing too much on the back where things may or may not get lost. So keep some of these greeneries here. These are 2 different colors. These are more cream than they are white. Little rose bushes. So I got them both at Michael's this year when they're clearancing out all their fall stuff. So that was, any type of little bush that you can pick up is always good. These little tiny roses here. And then these roses have obviously a more substantial size to them. Also, Ashlyn picked up at Michael's. I'm going to take 3 of them. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to see how far I can, but I'd like to advance these leaves up higher. I like to push the leaves up on the stem as high as they'll go. So I push them almost up to the bud. Actually, I'm pushing them up to the bud, yeah. All the way up to the back of the bud there. And then I turn and I put a little bit of a curve in most of my florals. I put a little bit of a curve in a lot of them. And let's put this guy right up here like that. I'm going to move my Dusty Miller more to this side here because I need to put my bow right here. Okay, put a little eucalyptus in here so like see this is the front so far. I'm going to leave these off for a second. I wanted to put one of these in here, but I'm thinking I might need to now at this point. But let me put it on this side maybe. That's the front. I'll put that there on this side, yeah. This some greenery just to hide some goodies there. Remember, if you're making this into a centerpiece, by all means fill in the entire amount. That always makes for a very pretty arrangement. So I'm leaving the stems a little bit longer. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my bow in right now so that I can fill in around the bow. Otherwise I might forget it. Or I might forget to leave a decent amount of space for it, if you know. So this is an old burlap and lace ribbon that I got at Michael's. Apparently I got this many years ago. $4.99. So I got it for 50% off. Probably a couple years ago. And, you know, they've been bringing back the same stuff for the last few years. So I'm sure, and actually this is actually pretty popular. I can put some of this in my Amazon store. It won't be the same price. I can guarantee you that. But it's very, very pretty. And it's comparable to the burlap that I have in my mantle. So again, I'm only, actually that's got a little bit of it. You see here, it's got a little bit of a mark in it from where it was folded under. So I'm going to cut that off. Dovetail that off right like that. Now you can't tell where it was folded under on the start of that ribbon spool. So I'm going to kind of gather her here. I don't want the tails too long. I'm just going to do 2 loops on this. Remember, I don't want the bow to be too overdone or too overpowering, but sometimes you just don't. Sometimes I just can't help it. Now this is a pretty thick ribbon. It's pretty thick and not really, it's not agreeing with me too much. So we'll see how this goes. So now I'm going to use my buffalo check. Again, I'm gathering it. Two loops on that. Those are not my ribbon scissors. There we go. I'm going to put that right on top of that. I'll dovetail those once I'm done. No worries, guys, no worries. Okay. And I'm going to use a neutral color pipe cleaner. This is a half of one I used, so I've got a full pipe cleaner. It's like a beige. And then here's this pretty Dollar Tree cotton lace. Looks like it got folded in the spool. That's a bit annoying, but could always iron it. I'm not going to, but you can. So let me just make some. I'm doing 4 loops on this because of there's no wire, so the way it drapes is what I need it to do. So I usually do 4 loops on this kind of stuff. I'll cut that at a diagonal. And then I have to make sure I'm laying this right on top of everything. So I have it in the middle. And then place my pipe cleaner around the middle. I'm going to try to pull this really tight. This burlap lace ribbon is super thick. Not very easy to work with, but that's okay. She's pretty. Alright, so what I'm doing here after I twisted my chenille stem or pipe cleaner, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to put a steel pick on the end of that, and that's what I'm going to use to put it into the arrangement. So that's what we get. We turn it into a steel pick. So my idea... Oh, I forgot. I need to dovetail the ends of the ones that I didn't get a chance to do that. So my buffalo check has to be dovetailed. And then this other side of burlap, I'm going to dovetail her. So now I've got pretty little points on all sides. I'm going to try to position it a little bit before I place it in there. Because I mean, I don't have glue. I'm not going to have any glue to help me keep this in, and I get kind of a little rough with stuff when I'm pulling and putting them in their place and doing the bow fluffing that I constantly do over and over and over again. So I'm just kind of gonna push it all around and move it where I want it to be. And hopefully this will transpire and stay this way. So I'm gonna put this guy here. I'm gonna kind of push it forward a little bit on itself. I'm gonna place this right here, right in there. And push it down real deep so that it kind of pushes everything forward a little bit. And if you need to move something, like I'm going to take this lamb's ear out right here, then by all means move it. Okay, so I got to face it towards me real quick, guys, so I can mess with these tails. Okay, so that's the front that we're working with right there. Okay. I'll put my other rows kind of, let me see here if you guys can see better, kind of sticking out right there. And not much else I'm going to take too much out from. I'm going to put my other half of my eucalyptus pick kind of underneath this side of the bow. And I'm going to bend it down more so it kind of it drapes right in there. And it's actually not long enough. I'm going to put a steel pick on it. And it's okay. You can bend these as well too. Be very careful because these are very, very sharp. So I'm going to try to... There we go. Very happy with that. The little pine cone is also sticking out there. That makes me super happy. So I added that eucalyptus right up here, kind of draping down on the front. Okay. And I don't know that there's more that I need to really push in here anywhere. I got a rose here, got a little rose here. I have a daisy on this side. And put a rose here. And I'll put one more daisy on this. One of these buds came off of here. Yeah, this guy right here. So I'll glue this little flower bud back on and I'll use that one on that side. Okay, push the stem up as much as, not the stem, but push the leaves up as far as I can on that stem. I'm going to put a little bit of bend in it. I'm going to push that one in as far as it will go. use that one this way. So remember, this is going up against the wall. I don't need to put any more greenery in it. That's what we're working with, guys. Isn't she cute? Isn't she cute? Let's see if we get that here. So it'll look better once I can get it into the actual, you know, placement of where it's going to be on the wall. It's going to be next to a big green pumpkin, so you can't miss it. Oh, that's what I needed to do. I'm going to put a pumpkin in here, guys. Should I put a buffalo check pumpkin in it? What do you? Oh my goodness, what do you think? Oh, so cute. Or because the flowers are cream, a white pumpkin will be cute too, huh? Let's see. I got a couple left of each. These are going to go on the other candlestick. I'm not going to put both of these in there because that would be absolutely ridiculous. But the white pumpkin looks super cute, like very, just very farmhouse, very country. Country cute, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to call it, guys. What do you call this stuff? I'm not good at these types of things. So remember, I have to cut that tendril. And then I like to pull them up and pull them out and bend them down and make them look a little cute and crazy. I need a long enough stick here, so I'm only going to push that in just a little bit. Put a dab of glue on that. Put it back in there. Oh my goodness, look at it, guys. Oh my goodness. Why is it that when I add a pumpkin to anything, I'm like, oh, it's perfect, it's gorgeous, I love it. No. Actually, you know what? I'm so dang short that when I have this in the arrangement, when I put it up on the shelf, I'm probably not gonna be able to see that pumpkin. All right, so I'm gonna make the stem longer. That's not gonna work for me. It's too short. Let's see, that's too short. Also, do I have some long pieces left on here? No. I know I have. So I have skewers too, but I want it to have wire in it. So let me see if I can pull this one all the way. Yeah, this one should be long enough. I just pulled it really far down off of this bush. I just took a much longer stem here. I'm just cutting the extra rubber off of here. It's actually pretty hard on my fingers. Alright, I'm going to cut this at a diagonal. Alright, so more glue. I'll pull that little piece off. Put a little more dab of a glue on there. Put the new guy in. That's much longer. Like, see how long that one was? That's much, much longer. So I'm going to put a little bit of a curve in this. Just a little bit of a curve in this. And then I can put that in just like that. I'm going to twist it a little bit so that the tendril is kind of facing down. Oh, I love it. Look at that. So cute. So cute. So cute. Another little pop of roses. And I got one more of these. Did I put that other one on the side? I did. I'm going to pop this one on down here on this side. Coming down like that. Oh, that's pretty. She's a pretty girl. Just fixing the bow, guys. Sorry I have to do this kind of away from you. I'm not really good at, you know, crafting backwards towards the camera, sorry. So that's pretty much it. I'm not sure if you guys have a really good view of it. Kind of tip it backwards a little bit. But I'm loving every second of that. I could put a little tiny glue. Of course, I don't know when to stop, right? I don't want to use any glue, though. But this little green guy would look really cute, like snack. No, look at that. Slap dab. Smack dab, slap dab. Smack dab. Smack dab, Whitney. Smack dab. In the back of that. I promise you guys I'm stopping after this. Maybe. Maybe, sort of, kind of. I was thinking about it. So, made a little stem out of this green guy, and I'm going to pop him right in the middle here so that I can push him right between this spot here, between my buffalo check. Oh my gosh, guys. It's like it was meant to be there. And then the cotton lace. Oh. Look at that cute little guy. Again, I'm putting these little tiny details and stuff that is going to be up pretty high. Not pretty, well, I mean high for me. Remember, I'm short, so look how cute he is. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. It's so cute. Alright guys, so I'm going to make that second taller mantle candle. Oh my goodness. Second taller mantle. It's not a mantle. Candlestick arrangement for my mantle. Jeez. Words. So I'll make that one, and then we'll go out into the living room, and I will show you the mantle as I'm putting them up. And then I can also show you my dining room too, you guys. I made that long 2-foot arrangement last year with pumpkins in it. Basically, I just added buffalo check ribbon to it because of the wonderful addition of a buffalo check table runner and some table linens. All I had to do was add to it, and so I'll show you guys my dining room too. It's just very, very simple, very low-key. So without further ado, I will take you guys out into the living room. Alrighty? So one sec, we'll be right back. Okay guys, there's the mantle. Here's the candlesticks in all their glory. Looking really good up there. You can see here on the side. There's the backs of them. Can't really see any issues with the spaces we left on the back, obviously. There's the rest of the mantle here. I had to take everything down at first because stuff kept falling off. And then I had basically said, you know what, I never don't. My mantle is never not decorated. There we go. So I had my husband drill some holes in, and behind each one of these little bows here, there is a hook. So we put some holes in 5 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then there's one in the wall underneath the mirror in the middle. And then there's one on the wall. I don't know if you can see this back here. There's one in the wall. Now you can't see it. On either corner too, for me to hook the garlands. The garlands too. So there's the mantle. There is the candlesticks on the mantle. She's a beaut, guys, isn't she? She's a beaut. Tell me what you guys think. I love it. It might be a little bit stuffed, it might be a little bit crowded, but I love every second of it, so I'm good to go with it. Here's my sofa. There's those buffalo check pillows I got off of Amazon. You guys can see those there. Those are in my Amazon store if you guys need them. Actually, I need to go put them in my Amazon store. I'm going to go do that now if they're not already in there. But they should be in my Amazon shop. If they're not now, they will by the time this video comes out. So Check the Amazon shop right there. You guys can see those pillow covers. That is the mantle. So let's go over to the dining room next. Alright guys, here's my dining room table. Do you remember that arrangement? I made this arrangement, I believe last year, year before. I can't remember how long ago I made it. All I did was add buffalo check ribbon to it. And it's the same ribbon that I used on the candlesticks. So the table runner and the placemats are new this year. The table runner I got from Amazon. The placemats I got at Hobby Lobby. If anybody realizes, these chargers are Dollar Tree chargers. I don't have any of my plates out. I don't normally set a table like this ever. Normally there'd be no placemats or plates or chargers. There would just be the table runner until we're ready to actually sit down and eat here. But that's basically it. This was the very long, it's a 2-foot long container. That wooden rectangle base is just awesome. And then all my little sweater pumpkins that I got those year before. So I just added this buffalo check ribbon. And that is it. So the buffalo check is still here, guys. And then here, I still have just the wreaths up. I haven't added more to it just yet. It's going to take a long time to transition into that, eh? That's it, guys. So for now, I hope you enjoyed the videos. I hope you enjoyed the buffalo check obsession as much as I do. And again, I appreciate all you guys being here with me. So take a look at my Amazon shop if you can. Every little bit helps me maintain this channel. And I have so much more planned, so I can't wait to see you guys in the next video, the live stream. So until then, take care of each other, take care of yourself, happy crafting, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.